Maintenance of an automatic transmission MB1. The vehicle used for this tutorial is a Renault Clio. Pour la version française, regardez l'adresse URL dans les commentaires. Jack the right front side of the car. Place a basin under the gearbox and undo the two drain caps here in red with a 13 mm socket. Once the transmission fluid stops bleeding, jack the front left side of the car and remove the wheel. To do the full maintenance of the gearbox, we need to remove the oil pan, here blinking in yellow. But this one is so close to the engine frame, here in red, that we are obliged to unscrew the left engine's holder to lift slightly both engine and transmission. To do so, we need to disconnect the battery. First, undo the negative plug, then the positive one to avoid short circuits. With an 8 mm socket or equivalent, unscrew the retaining plate of the battery and remove it. Place a jack under the gearbox. Undo the three left holder screws, here represented in red, with a ratchet fitted with a 13 mm socket and an extension bar. In green, you have all the screws removed. Then lift slightly the gearbox with an hydraulic jack. Remove the two left mud guards. First, the external mud guard, here in red, then the inner one, here in green. To do so, remove the two plastic fasteners without damage them, and the torque screw here in yellow. Under the car, with a 10 mm spanner, undo the retaining ball of the external mudguard here in red. Undo the wear brake pad feedback wire here in brown from the inner mudguard. Unclip the air intake pipe here in blue. At the end, unclip the inner mudguard represented in red. You have access now to the gearbox oil sump. To remove the oil sump, you need to jack slightly the gearbox and with a 10 mm socket, unscrew the oil pan, which is held by 4 screws, here in green. Now the oil sump comes easily. You need now to remove the oil filter represented here in blue. Normally, this filter should be discarded. If you don't have a new one, try to clean it in the best way you can. Undo the two filters holding screws here in green. Clean the sump as well as the magnets. Clean the rubber gasket. Normally, this one should be discarded. Clean the gasket surface here in pink. Replace the filter by a new one or clean it in the best way you can, with carb cleaner for example. Mount back the filter. Screw back the sump with its 4 screws. Fasten the drain caps fitted with new 16 mm copper seals. To refit the car, mount back the mudguards, put the wheel, remove the jack under the transmission, screw back the engine's holders, more or less 50 Nm, remove the jack under the left car sides, fill the transmission to the correct level, tighten the left wheel's screws to 90 Nm. Thank you for watching and see you next time for more tutorials.